So from a night full of making cocktails, filming them, back to a morning of coffee. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. You saw the Oreo, you saw the Maggi, and now I wanted to try something which was a little different, which is why I picked up on a cocktail using one of the most relevant sounding beers available. Just like I try and spend a lot of time in making my videos unique, I'm also trying to make my behind the scenes and the video that comes in after the actual video very interesting. So in this behind the scenes, I'm going to be very specific and talk just about 3 points. Now, the first point is how I draw my inspiration and what do I make out of it. Now, just like everybody else, I too have been inspired by a lot of creators on YouTube, Daniel Schiffer being one of them. I know a lot of comments have come over the last couple of videos that I've made comparing my work to his or referring to his way of filmmaking, which is one of the best compliments I've got so far, because I think he is one of those talents who has converted small spaces into dream visuals, and I think that's the most inspiring part about him. So interestingly, I was watching one of his videos and I just happened to see the Coca-Cola video which he pulled off with stuff at home and created a campaign which was actually created by somebody called Steve Giralt, and he is a visual designer, a director. So this guy actually has a garage. The kind of gear they have, the kind of cameras they use, the kind of setups they've been working on is mind-blowing. It just gives you so much inspiration as to what are the kind of visuals that one can create with stuff like that. Having said that, no matter how expensive your gear is, no matter the kind of technology and the money you're kind of spending to create campaigns like that, it wouldn't be possible if it was not for Steve's creativity. And I think that's one of the points that even Daniel picked up. Creativity is something that you cannot go and learn. It's something that you cannot purchase on Amazon. My idea of creativity is that if you stop blocking your mind and rather open it to possibilities and things that can happen, I think you're letting yourself be creative. If he was not creative, he would not have thought of creating these kind of machinery to actually throw a balloon and pop some fruits and actually splash the water at a particular interval and get those dream shots. Putting these two into perspective, I realized that it's not just the gear. Yes, that plays a huge role in creating world-class, high-standard audio visuals, but at the end of the day, there's a lot that you can do with the power of the mind that I call creativity. So my first point of the behind the scenes is creativity. No matter how expensive your gear is, no matter how big your equipment is, creativity is something that belongs to you. Now, that is something you need to work on. You ought to go out and try what you think you can do. If you can, and you do it successfully and it comes out like something you've not seen before, I think that's creative. And when you do not have resources, which I think the pandemic has taught us very well, where you can be stuck up in one house for months, devoid of all sort of resources, all equipment, all gear. It's only creativity that can let you push your limits and actually try something different, which is what I've tried to do in my Oreo video, my Maggi video, which is what I've tried to do in this cocktail video. If there's one thing that you can get inspired from any of these videos that I make, is try and let your creative juices flow. Now that brings me to the second point of this behind the scenes video. Now in this part, I'm going to talk about some of my favorite shots in this particular video, and a lot of it actually depends upon how I use point number one, which is creativity, that lets me ideate to actually create these shots and end up actually shooting them. Now, I've always been a massive fan of all these popping up shots of food every time there's water splashing on a particular fruit. It just looks amazing. I think that's one of the key aspects of how people get really tempted when they watch food videos. So I took a top down, I actually held the camera, and I had a black cloth underneath loaded up with a lot of lemons. I just had two of my folks just hold the black cloth from two ends, get them out, and I just wanted them to bounce the lemons. And I think that's one of the ways I could imagine without using any rig, without using any spring, without using anything that's electronic. So one of my best shots of this video came out of a pillow cover, black in color, and a few lemons. I think the contrasting element worked, the bounce worked, the 120 FPS worked, and the 3 seconds of the video just got a brand new dynamic approach. The other shot that I felt was really dynamic was the shot of the final cocktail and smoke popping out from different ends. In one of my recent ad film commercials that I did, I was able to use a lot of dry ice to create that smoke effect. I also got to use the probe lens, and you're going to see a video about that as well very soon. But coming back to this, I wanted to create that slight smoke effect, so I literally ended up using a mosquito coil. Now, that's how you actually let your mind be open and you think and you create. And I knew that, okay, I have a mosquito coil. I knew that this is the amount of smoke that it can create. Keep it underneath, wait for the smoke to actually come out and also spread out. And I was again standing up top and I got my shot. These are a few of the shots which I feel are the dynamic shots of this video, which make it really look cinematic. And what I used for it is, I think, one of the most basic things which anybody of you have at your homes today. So the mind letting you be creative, and then creativity letting you actually use anything and everything to create something that looks totally unimaginable. So that's my second point of this behind the scenes video. Now coming to the third and last part of the video, it's pretty simple. I'm going to leave you guys with a quick montage of the way I've taken the shot and the outcome of the shot that you've seen in the video already, so that you know the camera movements that I do, how I do it. I generally shoot on manual focus. I have just used one light, one lens, one camera always, and the same backdrop. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope you guys enjoyed the specific behind the scenes as well. Please share your comments and thoughts on what you think about the video. Share it with your friends, family. Go out there, be creative. Wait, let me come back. Don't go out, but still be creative. Do subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I might just invite you for a cup of coffee someday. Press the bell notification so that you get a notification every time I post a new video. Apart from that, am I missing out on something? I don't think I'm missing out on anything. Stay safe, stay healthy, and be creative.